It's round two. That's right, it's round two. It's the second round of fixtures in League Two, and I'm here to give you my predictions for the second weekend of action in Football League Two. And shall we just crack on with it? I agree. We'll just crack on with it. And we're going to start off with the very first game, which is going to be Barrow up against Bradford. Now, Barrow, in a way, I think surprised a few people. I mean, more or less with the way they played. And I've got to admit, it didn't surprise me with Pete Wild, but, you don't expect Barrow to get an opening day win. They did, and well done to them. 3-2 over National League champion Stockport. And Bradford got a 0-0 draw against Doncaster. Bradford did have the unfortunate injury to Emmanuel Osadebe. He'll be out for several months with a broken leg. So unfortunate for him. And Barrow are going to be bouncing a little bit from their win last weekend. And I don't think this isn't going to be a gimme for Bradford. I think Mark Hughes will know that. The Bradford manager will know that. I do fancy them to squeak it, though, against Barrow. Not by much at all. Watch me get this very wrong. But I'm actually going to go for a narrow Bradford win. I'm going to go Barrow 1, Bradford City 2. But it wouldn't surprise me if Barrow got a result themselves. Next, it's Colchester United against Carlisle United. Now, Colchester United, they had a very good showing actually on the opening day against Northampton. Just narrowly losing out 3-2. Freddie Sears, again, is probably going to be Colchester's main man. And he scored 17 goals last season. And, his goals could save Colchester again. We'll have to wait and see. Carlisle started with a 1-0 win last weekend. Thanks to Christian Dennis. Very nice finish, I have to say. Carlisle just have this... They're just clicking at the moment. So much so, I fancy Carlisle to go again and win again. I'm going to go for a Carlisle United win, and I'm going to go Colchester 1, Carlisle United 3. I'm not confident for that, but a good win for Carlisle and a good battling performance by Colchester. Colchester could surprise a few people, but I'm saying 3-1 to Carlisle. Game number 3, Crawley Town. They host Leyton Orient. Now, Crawley have had all this buzz around them with the new owners and obviously getting Dom Telford from Newport, the league's top scorer from last season. Didn't really start the way Crawley would have wanted it to have gone. Obviously, they're going to be back home this weekend, hosting Leyton Orient. Richie Wellens is Leyton Orient, and to be fair, they're a good outfit. They really are a good outfit, and beating Grimsby last weekend in a very, very tight game, really, in a cracking second goal for Leyton Orient to get the win. I fancy Leyton Orient to do it again. Just by watching them, and I watched back the highlights of the game between Grimsby and Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient look, they look prepared, they look solid, they look confident, and I fancy them again to do a job against Crawley. I'm actually going to go for a 2-0 win for Leyton Orient at Crawley Town. Crawley fans, please don't get at me. But there we go. Match number 4, we have Crewe, Alexandra, up against Harrogate Town. Now, Harrogate, a cracking first performance for Harrogate Town. A 3-0 win on the opening day, which I think, again, stunned a few people, But I'm not. I'm not too surprised by this. I've liked, watching Harrogate this is their third season in the in League Two, and to be completely honest, to beat a playoff favourite at the very least 3-0 the way that they did, took Swindon apart really. Whereas we look at it now, where they've got Crewe. Crewe came away with a good win, I believe it was. Yes, they got it 2-1 over Rochdale. Rochdale, like I said, they seem a little bit disjointed. This is going to be a difficult game, this, because Crewe, usually, especially in League Two, they have a good home record. This is going to be difficult for me. I'm going to go for Harrogate to win again. Just the way Simon Weaver is with as a manager, they just feel like they play good football. They believe in each other. It's like backs against the wall stuff. All in this together, and I think it'll be a tight game because I think Crewe will want to put on a performance for the home fans. But I'm saying a 2-1 win for Harrogate over Crewe this Saturday. So we'll have to wait and see though, because Crewe are quite dangerous at home when they're in good form. Doncaster Rovers, this is game number 5 now. Hosts Sutton United. Now I really like Sutton. I've got a lot of respect for Sutton and how they shocked people last year. Doncaster, obviously, with that 0-0 draw against Bradford at the opening weekend. And Sutton, of course, with a 1-1 draw against Newport. Omar Bougil got their goal, and obviously Omar Bogle got Newport's goal. This is a difficult game, this, really. I mean, it could go either way. I'm just going to edge Doncaster. I'm going to say 2-1. Doncaster Rovers 2, Sutton United 1. But Sutton, they're a side that you cannot take lightly, and they showed last year. Don't take them lightly, and I think Doncaster will have to work for this. I think they will just edge it by 2-1, but it'll be close. Game number 6 is Gillingham up against Rochdale. Gillingham, a little bit of a disappointing start. They lost against Wimbledon at Wimbledon on the opening day. Rochdale, disappointing 2-1 defeat for them. Obviously Neil Harris, kind of like a reality check for him, coming down into League Two and adjusting to this level. Rochdale, they just look disjointed to me in the highlights that I saw. Obviously, Rochdale fans, if you can tell me more how you actually played. What they don't want to do is they don't want to start getting reliant again on Ian Henderson, because last time he was at Rochdale, he was their main source of goals, and that could be a concern for Rochdale if they end up relying on him. I do fancy Gillingham to get the win here. I'm going to say a 2-0 win to Gillingham to get themselves up and running in the league this Saturday. I was going to say next week. This Saturday. So Gillingham 2, Rochdale 0. Again, like I've done with all of the seasons this season, Grimsby Town versus Northampton. If you want to know that, there's going to be a match preview for Grimsby supporters, but there is going to be a match preview on the channel in regards to Grimsby Town versus Northampton. So if you want to know my prediction of that game, do go over to that video, and that will definitely be up there, and that will have the prediction for you. Grimsby versus Northampton. It's going to be a difficult game though, because obviously Grimsby losing to Leyton Orient on the opening day, Northampton getting a narrow 3-2 win. But if you want to know that result, I'll put the link down below, and you can go and check out my prediction for that match. We move on to match 8, which is Hartlepool United up against AFC Wimbledon. Hartlepool, I think they got a bit shell-shocked on the opening weekend. 4-0 loss at Walsall. It was the Danny Johnson show, really. I've got a video coming up about as well, which I'll tell you about at the end of the video. Hartlepool United against Wimbledon. On that first showing, it's not very promising for Hartlepool, is it really? Wimbledon, they're coming off an opening day win, a good one against Gillingham. I can't see them not winning this one against Hartlepool. I think this could be a baptism of fire for Paul Hartley, who is Hartlepool's manager. I'm actually going to go for a Wimbledon win, 3-1 Wimbledon win. I think after that win at home after so many months, they're going to feel like they can go to Hartlepool and get a win. But Hartlepool are going to want to have to show some grit and determination. Have they got it in them? We'll find out early on. So Wimbledon 3, Hartlepool 1 is my prediction. Mansfield Town hosting Tranmere Rovers. Now Mansfield had a bit of a disappointing start. Not exactly the start they were looking for. But I think Mansfield losing out to Salford, and they'd say it's just one of those games where it just didn't turn up. Tranmere losing out to Stevenage as well last weekend, so they're both coming off defeats. I just think Mansfield do have that little bit more quality-wise. I'm going to say the same scoreline for Tranmere, but the other way round. I'm basically saying it'll be Mansfield 2, Tranmere Rovers 1. I just think Mansfield, if they can get it together, I think they have got a good squad there, a good team, and I just fancy Mansfield to narrowly get the win over Tranmere, but you never know. Results could change. Next, we have Newport up against Walsall. Newport got a 1-1 draw at Sutton on last weekend, while Walsall are the early leaders of League Two. I wouldn't look too much into that right now. But like I said, having the striker in Danny Johnson scoring 3 on debut, obviously that's going to lift the spirits of all at Walsall, who want a big season for them. And I think, like I said, they have a good manager. They have a good manager in charge. So it's kind of can they build on that first performance? And it is kind of like going to be a battle between strikers, because you've got Danny Johnson for Walsall, and you've got Omar Bogle for Newport. It's, obviously the Walsall manager is going back. Michael Flynn is going back to Newport. So it's going to be a big game for him as well. He's, especially now it's a full season in charge of Walsall. So it is going to be big. It's going to be, they're going to bill it as striker against striker. I can't call it. I'm going to give it to Newport just on the grounds of Newport is never an easy place to go for anybody. I'm going to go for Newport County narrowly 2-1 against Walsall, I think. Omar Bogle, I think, will score one. And probably Danny Johnson will score Walsall's goal. I could be very, very wrong because Walsall are going to be absolutely bouncing and buzzing, but we'll have to see how they get on. But I'm saying 2-1 to Newport. Just home advantage, really. But I'm sure Walsall fans will think the other way around. The penultimate game at the weekend is Stevenage up against Stockport. Now, Stevenage under Steve Evans, whether you like Steve Evans, whether you don't, you've got to respect him. Getting 2-1 win on the opening weekend. Stockport surprisingly losing 3-2 to Barrow. I think that did surprise quite a few people. I think I am going to go for Stockport in this. I just think if you look at the forward line, like Paddy Madden, they were never really out the game. When they went 3-0 behind, look how they powered back to 3-2. And, I fancy Stevenage haven't quite got enough. And I think Stockport are going to want to really, really show that they aren't here just to make the numbers up. So I'm basically going to say Stockport 3, Stevenage 1. And the final game of Saturday is going to be Swindon against Salford. Now, Swindon I would think they're going to be very, very angry about what happened last weekend. And Salford are going to be absolutely buzzing. I do fancy Salford for the win here, though. It looked like it was a very, very controlled performance against Mansfield. Swindon is a difficult place to go. But again, the manager is inexperienced. I think Salford's got the former Manchester United youth coach. But they seem to be a lot more controlled. I am going to go for a Salford City win. No, I'm not actually. No, I'm not. I've changed my mind. I'm going to go for a draw here. Because I think Swindon are going to have a point to prove after this. And Salford, I'm going to say a 1-1 draw there between Swindon and Salford. I was going to go a Salford win. But I just think Swindon are going to have something to prove, and they're going to want to prove that. So, yep, my prediction for that is going to be Swindon Town up against Salford, and I'm saying it's going to be 1-1. Like I say, there will be a prediction for the Grimsby Northampton match. Do look out for that. That will be put in the description below, so do look out for that, and then go and see that video. But what I want to basically tell you is there's another video as well coming up probably after the weekend. So, and I want people's input on that. It's about the difference between strikers and forwards. So look out for that. We'll have a bit of a discussion in a upcoming video. Look out for that video though. It's going to be quite interesting. It's going to be quite interesting. So keep your eye out for that. That'll be coming out. That'll be coming soon. But that is the end of this video. League 2 fans, let me know what you think the results are going to be for all these fixtures. And if you are a fan of one of the teams, do let me know as well how you think the first round of games went and how you think your game this weekend is going to go. Please do like, please do share, and please do subscribe to me. And I look forward to getting more banter with you guys in the upcoming weeks. And that is going to be it for me waffling, and I will see you guys very soon. See you soon, everybody. Ciao for now.